So we made it through January.
We did.
We did. And the longest, darkest month of the year, I think it might have actually inspired a lot of people to get on board with Most ADHD Thing this month, because there are so many entries and so much gold. Or maybe just all the terrible weather just had everyone's ADHD on fire. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but we've got loads and loads of gold. Thank you for sending those in. And at the end, I will be sharing some very exciting announcements. Whoa. But first and foremost, just a recap, if you have just joined us, the Most ADHD Thing is a segment that I created for the end of each interview of ADHD AF. So it's the final question in every interview. I created the concept to destigmatize the condition and all of the ridiculous situations that it gets us into, but also to unite the community. Because not only does sharing similar experiences unite us in validating everyone's experiences, it's also a really good talking point. So every single week on a Saturday, I put out what is the most ADHD thing on social media and encourage followers to chat in the comments section to make connections and, just remove the shame. It is the shame eradicator.
It certainly is.
And there's literally so many, but these are our favourites of the month. And thank you for joining me again, gorgeous man.
You're welcome.
Right, let's do it. So this first one is actually from Discord, from the Planet ADHDF online community. My mum bought me a cyber pet for my birthday. I haven't seen it since I left her house on Sunday. Only had it for half an hour. Poor Jim the dog, R.I.P.
Jim's not doing well, is he? Off of Discord as well. I was getting my son's pyjamas and my own pyjamas from the washing basket. Tried to put on my son's nappy instead of clean pants.
This is from...
Did it fit? That's what I want to know.
It depends. If it was like an old Victorian one with like toweling and a pin.
Yeah. I mean, it's a time-saving hack, isn't it?
This evening, I ate a full Viennetta.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think I've done that, actually. Well,
yeah. And it's the 80s. It tastes like the 80s. It's such nostalgia.
Yeah.
You can get those mini ones on sticks. They're really good. Yeah. We digress.
From Discord. Must have gotten distracted last night and forgot to finish hanging up the washing. Of course, it was the day I decided to wash every bra I've ever owned and my work clothes. So now I'm trying not to take an eye out with my nipples because it's so cold at work. Haha. Why do I always get the nipples?
Honestly, I did it at random. It was not intentional. Trying very hard to curb my impulsiveness, but I've ordered a pizza whilst looking at Spice Girls stamps online. That's living the dream.
Yeah. It's small, but I just got a yogurt out of the fridge to put in my son's lunchbox, opened it and ate it before I realised what was going on. It was the last yogurt. So, but I think your gut health takes priority.
Put your own life vest on first.
If yours, exactly. Yes. That's what you've done. You've put your yogurty life vest on.
Wanted to top up my tea, walked in the kitchen with a candle.
Very good. Dropped cat food and the cat bowl on my cat. Literally landed on her back. Disclaimer, bowl is plastic, cat is fine, and happily ate her breakfast off the kitchen floor. I also chucked Pepsi Max all down my front at dinner last night, along with many, many chips. Now I need a cup of coffee, but I'm scared I'll scald myself. Yeah.
Handle with care.
Yeah.
My late grandmother gave me a ring she'd been given for her 21st. I lost it in 2018 and felt so sad and guilty. Just found it bundled up in some lights whilst clearing out a drawer. So happy. ADHD win.
We've got another ring one. I think that's another ring one.
Yes, another
My
ring
favourite
one.
hobby of hiding rings in places that people find them in future.
Yeah, thanks for giving that back.
You're welcome. I paid £16 for a digital planner I saw advertised on Insta because one of the reviews said it was ADHD friendly. I know, I can hear your eyes rolling, in brackets. I had to download and navigate a PDF-friendly app to use the planner. I forgot to cancel the 7-day free trial. Oh, yeah. The planner is mind-bogglingly complicated and not at all user-friendly. I spent hours of my day trying to use it and 26 quid thinking I was going to get my life sorted. Bullshit in caps.
Bullshit indeed. Do you know what? That's probably the thing I get messaged about and offered the most is people wanting me to promote their planners.
Yeah.
It will be a cold day in hell. If somebody can invent an ADHD friendly planner, and do you know why they can't? Because we're all different, so ADHD friendly doesn't exist. I'm not a fan of planners. If anybody's got an actual good one, I think I'd be a really good test of it because I'm so sceptical. I don't even get drawn into the idea that it might work.
Planners are great, but they take so much work and effort, don't they? I work with somebody who's really good at that sort of thing, and his whole thing is like having a massive plan and having it all really, really sort of granularly plotted out.
Yeah.
And then we all sit there and go, "That's amazing," and he gets the thing done. And I just, I end up sort of chaotically just bowling through it and just ticking stuff off in my mind and hoping I don't forget stuff because I don't have the wherewithal to write it all down. And
I have to just go where the attention is dragging me and the deadline, and that's it.
Yeah.
But we're all different, and if planners work for you, we're very happy, but it's very unlikely I'm going to flog one for anybody.
Yeah.
The wonderful Amy Polly says, 2 things that were very similar: spilled tea all over my notes just as I was about to go live on a session for a big company. The next day, I knocked my water off the table and all over the floor just as I was about to go live on LinkedIn. There are loads of other things, but my clumsiness, lack of coordination was off the scale this week. There we go.
It was a big chunky full moon, wasn't it?
It was a big chunky full moon. This is from Instagram now.
Instagram, Tammy Lou, __, took annual leave from work to finish a jigsaw. It was, sorry. That was funnier than it's, Took annual leave from work to finish a jigsaw. It was supposed to be something fun to do at nights when the kids went to bed. Day 2 of it sitting on the dining table, and I physically could not handle it anymore. Ended up all consuming me, so I took annual leave at 1:30 p.m. and sat for 8 hours solid to finish it. I was in actual physical pain looking down at it for that long. My right shoulder is still effed. But just had to get it done. Jigsaws are now banned. The hyperfocus is too much. Yeah, that's super
Step
hyperfocus.
away from the jigsaw.
Leave jigsaws alone.
Bethan.alice.ann says, I forgot to shower for 2 days. I remembered to shower at the last minute and then ended up with not enough time to dry it, so sat at work with wet hair. When asked why my hair was wet, I pretended I'd been swimming because masking.
Quick one here from Tracy Doughty says, wore my trousers back to front for most of the day.
Like crisscross.
Like crisscross.
You'd have to style it out and just sing that all day. So, mermaid.evie left the country without my wallet and ID.
Keelstagram made a very fancy latte, frothed up the milk. That's a hard word, frothed. Frothed up the milk, added syrup, used the kettle to make up some coffee, mixed it all together in a fancy metal cup to take with me. Very frothy and impressive. Had forgotten to switch on the kettle. Oh,
just one step.
One thing.
That is the story of my life. Just one step.
Just the one thing.
Just the one little thing that you've missed. Do you know this whole frothing thing? It got me thinking about, what is it called? That kind of things that people listen to that's just like noises and stuff, and then people are like cutting up bars and soap and shit.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Froth.
Thingy sounds.
Froth. Right, stop that. Tina Rewens WB, no idea. Sweep the floors in the house because I became bored with the peace and quiet I've been longing for ages. That is the story of my life as well.
Fuck.
There's that really good meme, isn't there, where it's like, get up, do some exercise, don't let the existential dread kick in. And it's like, hoover the stairs, don't let it kick in. It's like,
Fiona UIG sat in a stranger's car for ages before realising it was the wrong car.
Yeah, it's a good one, that.
That is a good one.
Amanda Ruin says, opened my refrigerator to grab something, didn't close it, then left the state for 3 days.
Yeah. Eliza Kitten, who may be a cat or a human.
Good at typing with them paws.
I lost my gloves. Anna's put gloves there, so I'm assuming human. I was searching everywhere in the house and car. I eventually found them days later in the car glove compartment.
Boom, boom. Who would have thought to look there? Right. Beauty Slashing drove the wrong way down a one-way street, oblivious to the fact that the car honking behind me was honking at me to stop from turning onto that street.
Oh, the ADHD CEO. The CEO of ADHD.
Apparently so.
Wow. Got lost in the supermarket for 3 hours while I was figuring out which bread is best for ADHD. Well, I think you should know that, CEO of ADHD.
But no, it's because it's a bit like all the really successful people that wear the same clothes every day.
Yeah.
It's because he's all up there with his CEO of ADHD. He can't, he's all out of decisions to make. So the choice paralysis is real now.
Yeah. I think bread's interesting, and maybe we could do something else on bread one day. I was reading about bread the other day and what it contains and stuff. Lots of sugar in white bread, which is bad for you.
Am I missing the joke, or are you actually being serious?
I'm being serious about bread.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are we going to do with bread?
Oh, we're just going to talk about it and explain the points of bread.
That's another podcast. So Red Punk Social says, was given a form by my partner to fill for my tax return appointment last May. Finally filled it in at the end of August. I was meant to drop it off at their office. It sat on my desk until this week. Their office is right across the road from my house.
Oh, God.
There's a lot in that, though, isn't there? Because it would be object impermanence. It would be... procrastination, all sorts of different symptoms that have led to that point that doesn't really make any sense until you put it all together.
No, absolutely. Not Your Garden Gnome says, my previous license expired around Halloween, or maybe I just thought it did. I didn't even think to check it till the fall. My friend recently got hers renewed on or near her birthday. Wondered why would I want to suffer the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles in the United States, around mine. I decided and remembered to finally check. It expired 3 weeks ago. Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear. Holly.draws.her.own.universe. Stabbed myself in the hand with a kitchen knife by cutting midair to save washing up, in inverted commas, 3 stitches later.
Oh, God. Izzy Amelia. Also have a weird addiction to Candy Crush and keep buying more lives and spending money on more gold. So impulse control isn't great this week. I've been a victim of that. I'll just buy some more lives for this imaginary, but bean stacking game.
Yamin 75 left the fridge open and the shopping that was supposed to go in there on the floor by the fridge. Realised 20 minutes later when I walked past the fridge.
Xanadu_X went to a doctor's appointment at the doctor's only to find out it was a telephone appointment. Missed a call from the doctor while sitting outside their room because I had no signal. Mate.
Our Ali Matt coaching says, had to sleep in the car after a night out because I lost my house keys. Eventually got home to find the keys in the front door.
Brilliant.
Good at coaching though.
She's really good at coaching. Quinita_star says, I couldn't work out the maps on my phone, so I was walking backwards and forwards, looking at the bloody arrow and just couldn't figure out each way. After 15 minutes doing it, I got rage, stamped my foot and told the phone to fuck off. Much to the amusement of passers-by.
I literally walk around in circles going, but which way? I should be able to follow this, but for some reason I can't follow it.
Yeah.
Julie's notebook. Started re-siliconing my bath late at night. It could have waited, but hyperfocus. It took hours with the Stanley knife and I lost all my fingernails trying to remove all the old manky, mouldy silicone. Then at like 2 or 3 a.m, I was under the bath adjusting support legs as my bath was never level from a decade ago when professionals were paid a fortune to fit it. But yeah, I went to sleep at dawn and I hate my bathroom less now.
Good.
So that's a win.
That's a win.
Domina Ladravin, apologies if I've said that wrong, says that everyone's posts are validating as heck. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is exactly what it's for.
Exactly.
So really glad about that.
Definitely. ADHD Father UK.
Our Jacob was in the bath singing Adele.
Forgot to take my tablets, which led to ingesting a week's worth of food in one day.
Yeah. Amy K1L, I think. I forgot the passcode to my safe, but it's okay. I have a backup key, which I have also lost.
Good. That might be one of those ones that's found in like years to come in a house sale. They'll buy where have I put it? I've put it somewhere. You'll find it.
Look on the cushion in the middle of the living room
It's
floor.
very obvious. Mojo Raver. Realised I didn't have my towel after I got out of the pool, so I had to use toilet paper to dry myself. Hold up a little ball.
You never snore. No, Mike, you snorting like a pig. Trying yourself off from a swim.
Toilet paper.
With toilet paper.
Just dabbing it.
little flecks all over.
For God's sake. Yeah.
Especially if it's that stuff that you used to get in the 80s at school that was like pink
really?
Tracing paper.
Yeah.
Actually, that would probably do not a bad job.
I think it would just smudge it around.
Amy Parsons Photography says, in preparation for taking my parents to watch Strictly Come Dancing live, so I knew who was who, I watched the entire series of Dancing on Ice.
Oh, no.
Same, right?
Yeah.
Neurodivergently Me says a sentence I said in conversation with my sister that went something like, I've got a new fleece with cats on and I've adopted a donkey for Gran.
Spirited Mama flew from Edinburgh to Istanbul to go on a date. Ooh, but then didn't sleep the whole weekend due to insane adrenaline levels. It was also amazing.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Smooth.
ADHD Mam Diaries says, I spent all week on and off looking for a pillowcase I don't even own.
Why?
Why not?
Ella's House of Colour used my journal wrong, so now I've lost interest in it.
Burn it!
Burn it. Get rid. Forget about it. Yeah. Didn't do it right first time. Can't be bothered anymore.
The girl Lindsay says, finally decided to clean up all the water bottles from my bedside table. Felt accomplished, then realised I dumped out the water bottle I was currently drinking out of.
Oh no. Lauren K went on holiday and packed my inhaler and forgot several times. Ended up getting my bag searched in security where they pulled out a grand total of 7 inhalers.
Small Bohemian Ferret said, I was gardening with my telescopic tree pruner and the plastic pulley hit me in the face.
Oh, God. Chicken Stitch says, I did a click and collect from Tesco but forgot to bring the shopping bags. I had to just fling the shopping loose in the boot.
Accidentally headbutted someone because my spatial awareness is so terrible. That's Jessie Balls with a Z.
Childless Collective says, spent an entire day researching the process and cost of tearing down an exterior wall to replace it with steel and glass bifold doors. And I don't own a house.
Joseph Rubelli says, I watched a movie and became obsessed with it. Bought all of the merchandise online. By the time it got delivered, I already moved on and sent it all back.
Beauty Slashing. The same dumb thing I always do. I tried to simmer something. I start off with the heat very low because I don't want it to boil over. Then it takes too long and I don't want to stand there waiting for it, so I turn it up thinking I'll catch it before it boils over. I never catch it. It always boils over and makes a mess every damn time.
So what I do is I'll have 2 different hobs at different heats.
Yeah.
So then I'll let it boil up on the hot one and then I move it to the lower heat one. So it's already simmering temperature.
If you put a spoon, either wooden or metal, into the simmering water, when it does boil up, it won't foam over.
There you go. Not back-to-back hacks there, peeps. So Robin, 1979, had ramen for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I would join you in that, actually. I could eat ramen all day, every day.
Yeah, I could, actually.
Yeah.
Gecko Interiors. Is that the inside of a lizard? I forgot I drew money out the hole in the wall and walked away. Then I remembered I drew money out. But all that was left of my money was the receipt. Oh, no.
Heavy-duty ADHD tax there.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Gummy75 again. Looked in my coat pocket and found 3 vitamin tablets that I put to take in there for the last 3 days in a row. Tiny pebbles I'd picked up on the beach 3 months ago and a 2p coin.
She's a rebel. Says, I have forgotten for the second time that I am meant to keep a 2-day bladder diary ahead of an appointment on Tuesday. I haven't done it. I'm away overnight tonight. I'm going to have to make it up as I can't rearrange again simply because I've forgotten to do it. ADHD kicking my physical health in the nads once more. Yeah, that sucks.
It does really suck. Do you know what's really weird, though? What was her username?
She's a rebel.
And my one here is called rebel_threads_clothing.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
That is a bit weird.
Ooh. Rearranged my whole bedroom, got burnt out halfway through and crashed out on the floor in my wardrobe. Avoided all actually cleaning like pots, washing, hoovering or tidying. Room looks all right though.
Good. Elysian Services Limited. Sat down to work, got back up, made a coffee. While waiting, starting clearing out my nonsense drawer. Good job. That turned into me doing the recycling. An hour later, I picked up my cold coffee and sat back down at my desk for the Zoom I'd missed. Yeah, lots of random jobs.
Monica_Lynn_McGee. We had a snowstorm in East Tennessee. I left my coffee mug sitting on our decking outside where it froze solid onto the decking. My 2 boys couldn't pick it up. 4 days in the snow for my poor cold coffee.
Truman OE. I win at this today, procrastinating 9 months to contact immigration when I have days left before I'm meant to leave the country. Oh no.
I hope you sorted it.
Yeah, I hope you sorted that.
Shay STR3FF says, took my dog to the vet for surgery. The following occurred. Phone rings. Vet, hi, he's ready to collect. Do you want to come now or at 2 when you have the next appointment? Me, I'll get him now and come back later too. In vets collecting dog. Do you still want to keep your appointment at 2 today? Yes, see you later on. But she didn't see them later on. She completely forgot and went shopping instead.
Sophia Urison. I was holding a lid of a jar in my hand. I turned around and I wasn't anymore. Looked for a good 10 minutes. Nowhere. Where did the jar lid go?
Who knows? Marie_D_ an axe murderer. Making a cup of tea while doing laundry. I carefully fished out the tea bag and put it in the spin dryer. Thankfully, only a couple of things were in it.
The Glad Satsuma. Had to cancel my hair appointment online. Instead of just ticking the reason there's illness, I ticked other and wrote a whole essay about how sorry I was for cancelling, but I have a cough and I've had to cancel all my plans, but I promise to rebook soon when I'm better and I'll wear a hat to cover my hideous overgrown hair in the meantime.
We can't help ourselves.
No.
We all do it. It feels essential to explain yourself. I wonder if there's more to it, like it's a lifetime of being misunderstood, so it feels really important that you explain things.
Yeah, maybe.
Piteous_ was distracted walking back to my car and got into the passenger side, sat there for a bit before being like, oh, hey, I can't drive from this seat. If you're finding this podcast helpful and you're in a position to do so, please join our Patreon peer support community via the link in the blurb of this episode for behind-the-scenes exclusives, including a next guest spoiler and first dibs and discounts on our handmade and ethically created merchandise and apparel and live events tickets. Also blogs, vlogs, live community Zoom blethers, monthly advice from an ADHD coach, body doubling, and access to our Discord, filled with literally like-minded legends from all around the globe, including ourselves, who totally get it, who you can lean on, learn from, and blether with any time. Because the only people who know what it's like aboard the late ADHD diagnosis roller coaster are the other passengers.
Do you remember when you used to get in the driver's seat all the time because it was a right-hand drive car? And, David Carl Perkins says, stayed up till 4 a.m, procrastinating the day before a job interview. Oh, mate, it was at 9 o'clock. No series binging, no enthusiastic me time. Just sat there like the last grape on the vine all bleeding night. Yeah.
Olivia Soph Eve says, probably a date where they said, I'll go find a seat. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, come and find me as there's no signal here. Forgot what time they left. Apparently it was 20 minutes later when I decided to go and look for them.
Becky Howard took my 7-year-old to the cinema and walked into our screen. Settled down to realise a sex scene was unfolding in front of us. Turns out I'd read the seat number and Disney's wish was not what we were actually watching.
74 beep_beep. Listen to others moaning. So what is it I saw this week that was really good? Know your limits because the takers don't have any.
Louise.Temperley went through much of 2023 thinking it was 2024. Have no idea how old that makes me this year. Who made the numbers and dates so confusing? I'm with you, Han.
Smartcookie.va. I was late for my ADHD assessment because I forgot about it. Then I started another business.
Tiger_Lily wrapped my car keys up in someone's present.
Oh,
that's a nice present.
Surprise!
Yeah,
it's my house.
Here's his car.
Oh, it's a car.
maybe the house keys are on it.
Maybe. High heels and heavy suitcases are Nicole. On the 3rd of January, she said, I still have like 500 Christmas cookies to decorate. They were very good Christmas cookies,
really
though.
Good. Amanda Rubins turned on the faucet to do the dishes and walked away for 3 hours. The kitchen and entire downstairs apartment flooded. It was not the first time this has happened.
Rebecca McQueen Photography wished someone a happy 2014. So, I wish.
Yeah.
Happy 2014, everyone.
Oh, crikey.
Happy 2014.
Happy 2014. We've got another Red Punk Social here. I didn't even open my office yearly wall planner calendar. It's still sitting in its plastic wrapping, stuffed beside the cupboard where I left it when I purchased it in December 2022.
Laura Bradshaw's husband, who is referred for ADHD and ASD, was supposed to compact the bins so we could fit more in for bin collection. He forgot, so I had to. I knew they would be coming soon, so I got the ladder, climbed in the bin and started jumping. I didn't check how full it was, and it actually wasn't that full, so all the rubbish compacted. I sank most of the way way into the bin and then got stuck. I managed to get out just in time to rush the bin out as they passed our house. The bin men took sympathy and one backtracked to get our bin. I thanked him, panting out of breath, and as I walked away, he pointed out I had bin bits on me and in my hair.
Bin juice. And how big is that bin, by the way? Because you need a ladder. I mean, that sounds like a ginormous bin.
I mean, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. Kaz.7. Put my phone on the roof of my car to put my coat on. Immediately forgot it was there and walked off until I needed to buy a coffee 20 minutes later. Still didn't remember where it was until I was halfway back to my car. Also sobbed because my mum asked me to text before I go over in future in case they are busy, and I immediately thought she hated me and I was the worst human in history. You're not the worst human in history.
But the RSD is real.
The RSD is real.
Those really shit daydreams. So Ali Mack, our Ali, says, returned 2 online shopping orders, was very proud of myself until I realised I hadn't put anything in either order to say who the clothes were from. ADHD tax, 160 quid, me 0.
Oh, God. Donny Good.
Ah, Donna.
I've got a good one this week. Dyed my hair dark, cut all my hair off, brackets don't ask, I still don't know why. I'm now gutted and missing my locks. Feel self-conscious, got sad today, body dysmorphia. About to start a new job on Thursday as it is, imposter syndrome. If I get through next week, then I'm on a win-win. Waiting patiently for my hair to grow. Well, it will. It will grow and you'll be fine. You'll be amazing. So
yeah, you will.
Get it done. Well done.
Absolutely. And that's why I haven't had my hair properly cut since 2008, because in 2008 I chopped all my locks off and got really badly bothered about how awful I thought I looked and just let it grow.
My hair doesn't grow. It just always looks like this.
Like Wolverine. Sky C. Crockford. Finished washing my car, moved my car back into its space on the driveway and heard a horrible noise. Got out to look and realised I'd driven over the bucket and it was wedged under my front spoiler of my lowered car. Yeah. I had to jack the car up on one side to retrieve the squish bucket after realising I couldn't just pull it out because it would have ripped the bumper off. Pull up to the bumper,
I feel that
baby.
one. I feel that one. Sarah Vickers. Okay, I thought to iron my shirt to give it the semblance of someone with it all together and should have known it would end up in a fat lip. Being late, I accidentally stood on the cord while running the ironing board and proceeded to clock myself in the mouth, giving myself a sore fat.
Oh. Carol Roberts says, dropped my car off at the garage for MOT, work the next day. Garage was closed, so posted my car keys through the letterbox. Then realised my house keys were on the keyring, so basically had to get the bus home, call a locksmith, pay £85 for a new lock. ADHD tax for sure. Yeah. Really shit.
Really shit. Kaylee Brooks says, after having a meltdown about not being able to find my driver's license, Medicare card or bills for work purposes, decided to clean my drawers out and organise them. But instead, I rearranged my living and dining room, cleaned my rabbit's room, the bathroom, did 2 loads of laundry, drove an hour for a brunch and the little shop, then stayed up watching Heartbreak High until 2 a.m, eating a bag of crisps. I have yet to start on the drawers or find important adult documents. I need constant supervision. Please send help.
I am with you. What was that? What's their handle?
It was Kaylee Brooks.
You are a bit of me there. Yeah. Absolutely. We could be each other's minders, but we'd only end up just watching Heartbreak High through the night. Yeah. That sounds like a good time to me. Rani Anderson finally fixed a skirt that had been sitting in my mending pile since before I got pregnant. My kid is now 4.5. It took 10 minutes.
That's always the way. Putting things off because you think it's going to take for years. It's going to be the worst thing you're ever going to do, and then you do it, and it's piece of piss. Polly Haig says, I left the car door open overnight on the coldest night of the year. I had to de-ice the inside of all the windows.
Catherine Tubb. Lovely Catherine. I met Catherine in Ibiza. She was at Clockwork Orange.
Remember? Oh, cool. Yeah.
Hi, Catherine. I was taking my mum out for birthday lunch, had arranged to pick her up en route to the restaurant as I literally had to drive past her door to get there. Left my house saying to myself, don't forget mum. Got distracted by God knows what. Arrived at the restaurant alone.
Daniel Edwards. Every week I fly down to London. Every week I park my car in the same spot at the airport. Come back to my car, click the remote, nothing. Click again. Bugger, key battery is flat. I think to myself, call roadside rescue, wait for 40 minutes. As text arrives to say rescue man is on his way, I realise I'm standing 8 spots down from my car and been trying to access someone else's car all along. That's brilliant.
It's a really good one.
And then Naomi NL.
Let me read one. Okay, so Naomi NL says, tried to make a den in the living room using a 3-man tent. The tent was bigger than the floor. Didn't even occur to me that it might not fit. Brilliant. I love it.
Right.
God, you love a den though. Hey?
I love a den.
So are we down to the runner-up and winner?
That's it, yes.
Okay, Big, you say the runner-up. This is our second favourite most ADHD thing of January.
The runner-up is Dr. Price. I said the wrong name when introducing myself on live video, basically saying what I saw. My friend in front of me, never going to live that one down.
So she read her friend's name
she read
instead
her
of
friend's
giving
name
her
as if it was
own.
hers. Yeah.
And the winner is actually from Planet ADHDF Discourse,
Yes.
the online community. Right now, eating a takeout Sunday dinner. Open my Just Eat app to check when it would be delivered. And it's on my lap in front of me. I'm literally eating it and checked when it will be delivered. That's how forgetful I am. I forgot I was already eating the food I ordered.
That's really good.
I love it. You are the winner. You're a winner in our eyes.
That's really good.
And we are all in it together. So
Yeah.
thank you so much to everybody
Yes.
who entered the most ADHD thing in the name of camaraderie and lulz to destigmatise and eradicate the shame of all the ridiculous capers that ADHD gets us in. Did you enjoy your second most ADHD thing episode?
I did, yes.
Please let us know if you've enjoyed it. You can write in the Q&A section if you're listening on Spotify. Let us know if you enjoy us reading the most ADHD things.
I think it's pretty good.
I think it's
We
pretty good.
eradicated the hell out of some of that shame. What was your most ADHD thing of January?
I've got a few actually. I finally filled out my access to work. The reason why it's the most ADHD thing is because obviously I've been telling people to fill out their access to work for the last, well, it'll be 2 years in May.
Yeah.
Got there in the end, hey?
Good.
It's all because of a guy called Graham, and I cannot remember what the company's called, but I'll put a link in the blurb so that other people can go to Graham, because Graham said right at the end of the call, he's like, I can support you, but I can't do it for you. You have to apply for it. And I said, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it right now. He went, okay, great. Because when you do, can you send me a screenshot of the confirmation that they've received it? Well, accountability for the win every single time. So thank you, Graham, because that is literally the only reason why I managed to prioritise it. I had to, and that's why accountability works.
Yeah.
And actually, this is a perfect place to plug the new accountability pods.
It
They're
is.
part of the Planet ADHDF community, coach-led by Ali Mack Coaching. Accountability pods for the win. Come and join us. So another one, in an upcoming episode, which is coming very soon, I will mention this properly at the end, I said completely the wrong thing. In fact, actually, I'll just give it away because otherwise it's just silly. So you know how I say the only way that I remembered what Saltburn was called is to call it Salt Bay?
Yes.
So I am proper mid-rant in an interview with somebody who we all know, who is well known, and I am banging on about Salt Bay. And I mean, I thought I was being funny, but I didn't think I was being that funny. And he's literally like, Laura, this is a really random hill to die on. I was like, I've seen it 3 times. And then the penny dropped, and I was like, oh, I'm saying Salt Bay, aren't I?
You meant Saltburn.
I meant Saltburn.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the good news is it's also a win because I didn't actually feel that embarrassed. I was just like, oh yeah, I say the wrong thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's progress, right?
Yeah.
By far, the most ADHD thing that I have done this month by a mile is become completely and utterly obsessed with a song. WFL, the Vince Clarke remix, is Happy Mondays remix. And I tell you what, I have basically listened to nothing else. Nothing else, because when I'm not physically listening to the song, it is playing on a loop in my head.
Yeah, okay.
It literally doesn't stop. And I'm so completely obsessed with this song that I'm actually going to put a link in the blurb, and I would like everyone to dance around their house to this song.
At a
because
specific time?
there's something in it, right? I don't know what it is, but he makes this noise. I'm not going to do it. And that's the bit that stays in my head. And it's so sinister that it's like wicked, but wicked in like an actually wicked way, not just like in a UK garage way.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I'm obsessed. And also, actually, while I'm at it, because now I've started ranting, if anybody does happen to know Sean Ryder, I know that he has recently been diagnosed with ADHD and he is my absolute hero. So if you're listening by any chance, Sean, I absolutely love you, and you are living rent-free in my head for way over a month now. Actually, now I really want to know the science of that, so I will come back to that. And you know what would be a brilliant thing to come back to that in is what's coming up next. These are the announcements that I have to tell you. So, as I've been banging on about for weeks and weeks and weeks, is that I'm trying to get my ducks in a row and do things differently, support myself better, get support, build a team, all the rest of it. And we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah.
We really, really are. Big has been incredible, and the rest of the team, and there are big announcements to come. But I had this brilliant idea of something extra that I wanted to put out to run alongside season 3, which is about to come out. And what I've decided to do instead is actually do something really, really sensible. And rather than rush to get season 3 out, I'm actually going to hang fire until the ducks are properly in a row.
Yeah.
And that gives us an actual deadline
Yep.
to get the ducks in a row.
Yep.
And this thing, I'm so excited about it. I think it stands really well alone. Anyway, I'll get to the point. So what I've created is little 10-minute episodes that are called ADHD AF Tidbits. And and what it is, I kind of realised to myself that there are so many episodes of ADHD AF now. It's not far off the 100th episode at this point.
Yeah.
And there's such a story there. Even in the ones from when it's just me on my own, it's a whole safari in itself to listen to it. And I've been feeling very responsible for having a platform at a time of absolute crisis that people could probably do with a bit more punchy, useful information and not have to like saunter through all of my lunacy to actually get something of use out of it. So, and also people sometimes don't want to listen to something for an hour. So I thought I would tie all of that in and create these little 10-minute tidbits with people who actually know what they're talking about, who can fill in the gaps of knowledge that I do not have.
Yeah.
So I've been doing little mini interviews with some absolute legends and asking some very important questions. So this will be the last full-length episode for a little while. Until the end of next month when we do another Most ADHD thing. So for the rest of the month, the rest of February and beyond for a little while, however long it takes us to get this enormous thing off the ground, you're going to be getting tidbits with some absolute legends, and it will be really useful. These are the gaps that I don't understand, and it also means that people whose lives are very different to mine, who want some information that I can't give them, can get it. So I'm really excited about that. So tidbits coming soon. I haven't decided if it'll be 1 10-minute episode a week or if I'm going to get really excited and put out 3. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. I have one other very, very big, exciting announcement. There's a tour. The tour is coming up. So another spring tour is coming. And I'm so excited. And the reason why I am saying this now is just like the accountability that I put out is the accountability that I need. So for accountability, I fully intend to have all of the tickets online ready to purchase by the time this episode goes live.
Wow.
I interrupt this conversation with a message from the future. We bloody did it. The tickets are out now for Alien Nation, the 3rd ADHDF UK tour, which is taking place in 14 cities in the UK, starting at the end of April, spread out. I've learnt a thing or two, so they're not all back to back, and I cannot wait to see you all in Aberdeen, Dundee, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Newcastle, Leeds, Manchester, Blackpool, Birmingham, Bristol, Norwich, London, Margate and Brighton. I am so excited to play these shows at incredible venues with the 2nd birthday of ADHDAF podcast happening in Newcastle on the 2nd of May. I'm also very excited about Star Wars Day at Salford Lads Club and Margate Arts Club. Just a little bit excited about that, peeps. Do get on the Alien Nation tour tickets quickly. I'm so excited to be back on the road. So grateful to Ali McDonald and Nicole Nadler for helping me pull this thing together. These events are going to be so special, in which, in the usual fantastic, ridiculous way, we raise ADHD awareness, connect local ADHDers, and it's basically an intergalactic, fantastic escapade exploring going from the feelings of alienation to becoming an alien nation. Tickets out now. and accountability pods work. Let's have it. Link in bio now. I'm too excited. I need to lie down. Seriously.